Hi everyone, this is Josh with Josh Wright Piano TV. Today's episode is a dedication to my lifelong teacher, Dr. Susan Duhlmeyer, who has recently announced her retirement. She just finished her last semester and was on sabbatical due to a hand surgery. And I just wanted to take a moment today. I know I post a lot of videos about piano technique, musicianship, musicality, and I wanted to personally thank her for all the lessons that she has taught to me throughout my life. I've had 3 principal teachers, and she trumps the other 2 in time span almost by 5 times. I studied with Dr. Logan Skelton at the University of Michigan for 3 years, and then I've had some private studies with Sergei Babayan as well. But Dr. Duhlmeyer has been a lifelong teacher. I would always play for her over Christmas breaks when I would come home from Michigan. I spent the first 15 years of studies, with the exception of a 2-year church mission, studying with her. So I started with her when I was 9 years old. I went to an audition. She had me do all these things, and I thought I had failed the audition, and she said, "I'll take you on as a student." And I said, "I really want to play with the symphony." And so she said, "Okay, we'll work towards that." And I learned the Mozart E flat major, and a lot of other fun repertoire when I was that young age. And I played with the symphony about 6 months later, and I just worked so hard. I wanted to please her so much. I'd practice like 3 and 4 hours a day when I was 9 and 10. And then I got into my slacker phase and just did my 2.5 that she required. But she's been such an inspiration. Of all of my teachers, I would say she has the most uncanny ability to have good taste in every little moment. She's very traditional in her style, which I've always appreciated. Her Mozart just sings. It's so beautiful. Where other teachers try to get you to go crazy and do all these fancy things, she was always in great taste. It was never gaudy. It was never about the performer. It was always about the composer, which is a very purist mentality, which I think is so healthy to grow up with. Very much like Murray Pariah's playing. Very pure, very just spiritual almost. As I progressed throughout my teen years, actually one other story is I told her, I said, "I really want to play with the Utah Symphony," after I played with this little 9-piece orchestra that we arranged for that Mozart. She said, "If you work really hard, you may have a chance." And so I worked so hard, and a few years later, Mendelssohn Concerto. Unbelievable with the Utah Symphony. I was so happy. And then it was just experience after experience, competition after competition of her helping me to achieve all these goals. And I finally got my doctorate 2 years ago. And she's just been always like a rock and an amazing influence in my life to help me achieve all of the goals that I've set. And as I've transitioned into being a university professor this last year, she has been a guiding force for good in every decision I've made as a university professor when I didn't know what to do. So this is just to thank Dr. Susan Duhlmeyer. All of you should get on Amazon and buy her CDs. They're amazing. She has recorded, I know one of the CDs she recorded is a Gershwin CD, which was Grammy nominated. And then she also recorded this really fun Christmas album with a lot of original arrangements, both by her and by a local composer, duo CD with her playing partner, Bonnie Gritton, who is also a very accomplished pianist. So thank you, Susan, for everything you've done, not only for me, but for Utah, for the University of Utah, and for everyone else that you've come in contact with. Your students will continue to make your legacy live on through our playing and teaching. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If any of you have any questions, my email is josh@joshwrightpiano.com. Have a great week. Good luck in your practicing.